Can you say switch?
No.
Oh, can you say switch?
No.
Okay, he's not gonna say switch, but I do want to tell you about what is happening at Switch this week in 2 minutes or less. First of all, I want to pause and recognize that we saw over 13 students get into the pool this week at baptism. And what a big deal that is. And to me, one of the things that indicates health and excitement and discipleship is when actually it is Switch leaders who are in the pool with their students, or Switch students baptizing their friends, which both happened this week. And I am so grateful to do this alongside you, recognizing what is happening every single Wednesday in Switch. And this week, we're talking about what does it look like to read the Bible and how do we understand it. I know as an adult, this is a question that I get all the time from other adults. And so I'm so grateful to have this foundational truth that we get to talk about this week that you can prepare for by going over the leader link, by going over the message guide, and then looking at the different leader resources there on the leader link. I do want to highlight one really cool thing with that is that this leader guide and the message, it isn't to say, hey, cookie cutter, say this to your students, but it's actually a way for you to internalize, hey, where have I seen God in this way? And how can I relate it to my students based on where I know they're at and what they need to hear? Because in one small group, it may be a lot of depth that you're able to go to, and others, you might be setting the table to eventually get to that place. But the reality is that every single student needs to know what God's word says and how they can interact with God's word and better understand it. So I want to encourage you as you come prepared to prayerfully step into Wednesday night ready to see what God can do as we show up ready for a very special night. Now, one other thing, want to highlight the Switch Leader calendar. Not next week, but the week after, we're going to be doing a glow night at Switch, which is going to be an absolute blast. Always one of my favorite nights of the entire semester. And throughout this, the rest of this month and going into March, we're going to be continuing to talk about what are some spiritual disciplines that we can add into our life. Through the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about what it looks like to read God's word together. There's going to be other spiritual practices that we'll be highlighting in the weeks to come. But I can't wait to see you this Wednesday night at Switch. Make sure you're there for Huddle at 6:15. You might just get to hear from our newest Switch intern, Bella Bevins. Cannot wait to see you guys. Love you all. Peace.